with DeSantis, many have begun to discuss, will he run for president? Will he be vying for the Republican nomination to be the Republican nominee in the next round? Well, there may be some discussion on what to do. Hannity yesterday had an interview with the former president, President Trump, and he seemed to indicate that the odds of him running again apparently are pretty high. So here it is, courtesy of Hannity.
Are you running again in 2024? What are the odds? If I were to
First of all, it's a long time. The odds. What are the odds? Look.
The odds.
I got tremendous numbers. Nobody's ever gotten the numbers I got. No sitting presidents come even close. There's more popularity now than there was the day before the election because they see how bad things are at the border. They see what's going on. They see that their guns are going to be gone, their Second Amendment, their taxes are going up, regulations are going through the roof, jobs are going to go out. What do you see? This is going to take a little while to show. But if they add all these regulations back, the jobs are going to be gone. Your energy independence is going to be gone. So I say this. I am looking at it very seriously, beyond seriously.
So he's looking at it seriously, and then he throws in very Trump fashion, beyond seriously.
Yeah. If there
is such a thing.
For a minute there, it hit me how much I miss hearing the Trumpster every day.
I know. I'll tell you what else.
And his unique way to say things.
I'll tell you what hit me. Still wearing the goggles in the tanning bed. We got to do something to get some color around those eyes.
Does he not say that?
Right. If he, we were discussing in the break. We'll see how DeSantis goes. If it got down to DeSantis and or Trump, I don't think that's a place the Republicans want to find themselves. Hopefully, that would turn out to be, I think, but we were talking about. I think we think, and I know some of you won't like this, and we apologize, but going forward, the best shot I think for the Republican Party, if DeSantis pans out and continues to go the direction he's going, and he might not, but if he does, that the best thing for the Republican Party is for Trump to use his popularity to support DeSantis as the next nominee.
Yes. Well,
not for
think
Trump
about this.
to be
What does Trump like to do? Trump likes to give you sound bites. Mm-hmm. He likes to make speeches. He likes to give people nicknames. That if he's on the campaign trail as a kingmaker, that's right up his alley.
Yeah.
If you are trying to be the elected official, you've got a lot of rules, a lot of things that hold you back that Trump doesn't care for. And, DeSantis may be a little more of a polished politician in that respect. I would say on issues, they're probably not a nickel's worth of difference. It looks like to me they're in line with everything.
Right.
I know they played golf together a couple of weeks ago, so I'm sure that conversation is taking place behind the scenes. So we'll see how that goes. DeSantis has to run for governor again in 22 during the midterm, and then the presidential election would be, as you heard, in 24. So it's it's shaping up to be interesting. DeSantis, I don't think would go against Trump if Trump wanted to run. And I'm just basing this on the past because he was going to run for Senate, and when Marco Rubio decided he would run for re-election, and it was questionable at a while, but when he was running for president, he decided not to run and go against him because they're friends and they support the same thing. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out like normal, but DeSantis is 42. He's going to look good on camera. He's well-spoken. He knows when to be aggressive and when not to be. You saw with the 60 Minutes thing. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Florida once again is going to be very important in the presidential election.
Yeah, and we'll see. But I just think the combination of Trump helping DeSantis win is better than Trump being the nominee again.
What if you have him, the bulldozer, out there clearing land, and then DeSantis coming along very astute politically, making the points he needs to make? That's a pretty good operation.
Because what you don't want is for DeSantis going against Trump, and they're both trying to get the nomination. I think that's the worst thing.
I don't think you'll even see that. I think they're DeSantis is wise enough not to get into that. And like I say, he's 42. He's got time.
Right, because you need Trump.
If you look at it on the Joe Biden scale, he's got another 4 decades he could run.
Yeah, if you that's funny. If you look at the the world that we are now living in, the influencer has their little tribe.
Right.
And if we could just get influencer Trump to point the tribe to DeSantis.
Trump is more valuable as an influencer than he is as actually sitting at the desk, I think.
Yeah, I think so too, and the reason why we know that is he just lost. In case everybody missed that, and I know.
Well, that's Rick said that, not Bubba.
Right,
Save your email.
Well, I'm talking about if things. Well, how about this? For us to even be in the situation, for there to be things that were questionable or whatever you believe how it happened, and that means it happened because it was in a position to happen. And I think DeSantis, as you already said, could handle himself and not be caught in the traps that they set for Trump.
Right.
I don't think he's as easily trapped in that kind of stuff.
He's a more polished politician. I think you can say that. I mean, from his time being a lawyer and arguing court cases and governor. I mean, he's got as much experience being a political person, much more than Trump, really, even though it was a higher office. But here's the thing: I don't think it's going to make any difference either way. In 2024, if Trump runs or not, because, like I say, DeSantis could be a real player in this for the next 25 years. So,
well, here's what I think, and I don't want to have to go through this, but I've seen Americans in the past. We get emotional about things and we act a certain way, and then we have to live with the consequences of our emotion.
Right.
And then we're like, oh my gosh, what did I do?
Gas prices going up right now today.
I must correct that.
Yeah.
I think by the time we get to 2024, I don't know who the nominee will be for the Republican Party, but he'll get a hard look by a lot of people.
The country may be screaming uncle at that point.
Because the way this place is going to look by the time we get to 2024, especially if the midterms don't turn around.
Trump made a great point in that interview. We didn't have it on that clip, but he said they were talking about the border crisis. And it is a crisis, okay, no matter what you want to call it. And Trump said all Joe had to do was leave it alone.
Right.
Leave it alone.
Right.
But he had made all these promises to the far left. He thought he had to come in there day one and redo everything, and it's made for a big mess. And I think it's going to cost him votes.
I tell you what he tried to do, Greg, be sharp.
Of course he did. Had his pen out, was trying to be sharp with it.
All right, we come back. We'll take your phone calls next.
We're going to have to get a handle on these executive orders because they are out of control now for everybody, Republican and Democrat, because each president that goes in doubles up what the last one did. It's going to get to the point that between the big tech and the executive order, we don't even need a Congress.
I know. You're right.